What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Listen, I'm going to do things a little bit differently today. All right. So if you don't have time to watch this video, I suggest you put the phone down, go to the next video, whatever, go to the next post or whatever you're on Instagram. I don't know what it is, and come back to this later. Because today I need your full attention. I need it all. All right. All right. So let's get into it. It's not how you start. It's how you finish. So let's get in it, baby. Coach D here in your ear to make it clear. Listen, I even put bullet points down today. I want to chat with you. Check it out. Listen, have you ever looked at your environment and take note of your last decision? Let me say that again. Have you ever looked around in your environment and took note of your last decision? And you ask me, what do I mean by that? Well, I mean this. Your dollar dictates. Your dollar dictates what you value, right? So pay close attention. There are designs. These designs that we live around are created for a reason. The type of people and structure around us in our environment is our influence. So pay attention. Do you think you are investing your money, the dollar that dictates everything? Do you think that you are investing your money in the right way? Ask yourself that question. Do you think you are investing your money in the right way? Because if you support the liquor store, don't be upset that there are more liquor stores than there are juice stores. Don't be upset that there are more liquor stores than there are juice stores. Okay? Right. So, and also those fried foods and those fried food stores that are causing so many problems in your health, right? Don't be upset because your dollar dictates. All right? Pay attention. You spend money on designer clothes, right? And technically, it's not made for you. So I have one question to ask you. What do you think your ancestors wore? Think about that. You buy designer clothes. You buy all the designer belts, clothes, all that good stuff. But I got to ask you, what do you think your ancestors wore? Right. You answer that question. Now, you already live a better life than they could have ever had. You already live a better life than your ancestors could have ever had. Now, there is one thing that your ancestors had that you lost, and it's the cream of the crop, baby. And guess what that is? Togetherness. Listen, togetherness is the strength and how everything changes in your environment. Pay close attention. Pay close attention now. Listen. Everything changed for us. Everything changed for us when we all came together. Look at Martin Luther King. Look at Malcolm X. Like, everything was about numbers, right? If you just ask this question, look in your environment right now. Ask yourself, how many people do I have in my community? How many people do I have in my community? So I asked some people today, they said 200. Some people said 1,000, right? Granted, now think about this. So you are always asking, why are there no healthy spots around here? Or why aren't there no places where I can go and get my car fixed or anything you ask yourself, why is this not here? Or why is this not here? But if you ask yourself this, have you ever said, I want to get everybody together so that we can make that healthy spot over there. So let's go make that juice store over there. If you had 1,000 people who put $10 up each month, by the end of the year, you got 120,000. $120,000 by the end of the year. So you will have a new juice spot on your block in 1 year if you all came together. I don't even know if my math is right. 10,000 times 10, I don't know what that is. You do the math. But I guarantee you that's enough. That's enough to start that juice spot right there on that corner that you're looking at. And it's a liquor store right there right now. All right? So I need you to understand this. The strength is in the numbers. You're still looking without. You asking why they don't do this? Why they don't do that? When they going to do this? Listen, ask yourself, listen, what can I do? Bring people together? What can we do as a people, as a culture? What can we do in our community? I don't care if you're black, Spanish. What can you do? Come together. Come together. You see, that's the toughest part. People are not willing. People are either jealous, backstabbing, crabs in the barrel kind of mentality. We have been broken mentally. We have been broken mentally. And this is why we always looking for a handout, and we always looking for someone to help us and take us out of our struggle. Listen, you go to work every day. You go to work every day and you working for someone that's rich. Robin Hood had the best story, baby. Steal from the rich, give to the poor. But you just stealing from the rich and giving back to the rich. You are messing up the game, baby. You are messing up the game. I need you to pay close attention to what I'm telling you. Pay close attention. You need to take that money you getting from that wealthy establishment that you're going to go work at, right? If you're working for someone, this person has a bunch of employees working for them. They got money. All right. But I need you to focus on what matters. Take your money, right? Get into your community, build together. And by the end of the year, you guys can have something special right there in your corner. Right there in your corner. But who's willing? Listen, get the first 5 to 10 people together and put your minds together and get another 5 to 10 people and keep building like that. By the end of the year, you guys are going to have a pot that you can work on. You can work on it. How do you think banks are made, man? How they putting money in the bank? How you putting your money in the bank? You can't put your money in your own community? Think about that for a second. Think about it. I need you to start really figuring this stuff out. Look within. Look within. All right? Get some people who got the same mentality, who all want the same juice store, who all want the same juice store on the corner, right? Because I'm pretty sure you're not the only one who's thinking that, right? I need you to do that, right? Now, I want to get into something different. Because I want to throw a lot of heat this way. I'm throwing a lot of heat today. I'm bringing fire. So we're talking about genetics, right? Genetics. I feel, when you go to the doctor and say, oh, you're genetically exposed to getting diabetes, right? You're genetically predisposed to getting diabetes or something like that, right? So I'm saying, are you telling me that just because you are African American or you are Hispanic or such, that you're going to get diabetes, right? Hear me out right now. This is what they tell you. But genetics are not in the blood. Genetics is not in the blood. Genetics is an elevated habit. Understand what I'm saying? Let me tell you what I'm saying. Genetics is an elevated habit. Like I told you, the structures, everything around your environment is called installation and consumption. Listen, these stores are installed in your community. These places are installed in your community and you're consuming, right? So the fried food spot that I was talking about, right? You're eating that up, right? And you're getting all this sweets from the deli, right? All the cakes and all that stuff, right? What do you think will happen? It's not because your mother had it. It's not because of that, right? Like, all right, you were in the womb and your mother ate it. Yeah, okay. So now you're comfortable with a food that tastes like that, right? But that doesn't mean that you are going to have diabetes. You can change that if your environment was different. If your environment was different, if it wasn't installed inside of you, it's not like a blood, oh, just because you're African American, you're going to get diabetes. Understand what I'm saying? Because this is what people think. Oh, I'm black, so I'm already going to get diabetes. I got to be careful. You have to be careful for it no matter who you are. If you need to eat healthy, you got to eat healthy, right? You need to work out. Like, you have to do that. This is why I installed a fitness facility in a community, right? And hear me out now. Listen, I said, if you had 10,000 people who all put $10 together, that you can have it by the end of the year, right? Like, I said 10,000 people. Listen, it's me and my wife, baby. Me and my wife. Like, 2 of us, we sacrificed it all. We sacrificed it all to put something in a community. And I feel it should be packed every day. It should be packed every day. Now, listen what I'm saying, baby. Listen what I'm saying. Why people don't support what matters most? Why people don't support what matters most in their community, right? You're self-sabotaging yourself as a culture, but we want to point the finger all the time. We want to say, oh, they don't respect us. You know why they don't respect us? Because we haven't figured out that we need to come together instead of pushing each other away and backstabbing and becoming the crab in the barrel culture. We need to change the way we think, look within the culture and pull greatness out of each other instead of knocking each other down and pushing each other away. Once you understand that if you come together as a unit, you can have anything that you want. You can be anything that you want. Listen, if you are willing, listen, you can do it by yourself, But it's going to take longer, and you got to be stronger about that. But if you could come together, it'll happen faster for you. It'll happen faster for the whole entire community because you guys want this and want that. Stop buying the designer clothes. Listen, buy yourself your own brand. Like look, I got a Coach D Inspired shirt on, right? I got a Coach D Inspired shirt on. If you're going to spend money, right, the only time you should spend money on expensive things is if you're going to do the research on it. Listen, you brought a Gucci belt, right? Now you get that Gucci belt, you look at that Gucci belt, he's like, all right, what material is this? Okay, this is this material. Okay, where can I get this from, right? And you buy it, right, from a manufacturer that sells this kind of material, right? And you put your community name on that thing and you sell it to the community, right? You're going to have your, I don't know where you're from, your White Plains belt. I don't know where you're from, but wherever you're from, start making those belts and see how many people from the community support that, right? Because if they charging $350 for a belt and you charging $20, $30 for a belt, why are people not buying that? And it's the same material. Ask yourself that question right there. What is going on mentally? And we are self-sabotaging ourselves. It's self-sabotaging the whole culture. And I'm tired of us just pointing a finger, looking without, oh, when they're going to help, when they're going to do this, when they're going to do that, why they do this, why they do it. Why are we doing it to ourselves? Why are we doing it to ourselves? You need to change. Look within. I always say it. Look within, baby. Because when you do that, you can say, it's not how you start. It's how you finish. So let's get in it, baby. Coach D here in your ear to make it clear. We need to start looking within our culture and pull greatness out. Come together. It's already been the proof is in the pudding, baby. Robin Hood, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King. Like togetherness. Take from the rich. Give back to your community. Stop taking from the rich and giving back to the rich. You talking about, oh, the rich is always going to be rich. You making them rich, baby. You buying Gucci. You buying Gucci, you're not buying. This kid in your community has the ability to make something crazy, have great creativity with design and everything, but you're not supporting it. But you're not supporting it. So how you going to elevate someone else's life that you can't even resonate with, but you're not even willing to elevate the lives of people you are around? That's all I'm saying. And this has nothing to do with a race type of thing. This has something to do with our culture as a unit. As a unit, we need to come together. And that's where we're falling. That's where we're falling, and that's where the problems exist in our culture. So when things like, oh, white privilege happened, think about they never let us read 300 years ago. They never let us read 300 years ago. So when we do something wrong, they're like, we're going to kill this person. But someone else of a different culture has the know-how. They supposed to know better because they were able to read. They were able to do this. So they treat them a little bit differently. This person really has an issue because he is educated. So whatever's going on right now, this person has to be going through something serious. But when it's of our culture, of an African-American culture, now hear me, I'm just giving you understanding now. Listen, when it's you, it's like this person's just angry. We're going to put this man down. We don't care. They don't know. They don't know any better. They don't know what they're doing. But if someone else who is educated, who had the ability to read 300 years ago and beyond, they feel like, well, if this person's educated, they take the time out. You know what I'm talking about. They take the time out and say, wait a minute. This person's educated. To look at them differently. This person's educated. Something really must be going on. Sir, calm down. Listen, we can figure this out. And this is why it happens, okay? This is what happens. So stop looking stop putting out a picture like, oh, look at how they treat this person. Look how they treat us. Listen, you have to educate yourself. We need to look within and pull out the greatness, okay? We need to pull out greatness. If we do what we need to do, we ain't got to worry about none of that stuff. But they figure listen, these people are never going to get out of the 300-year habit we put on them. The 300-year habit we put on them. They're not educating themselves. They're not coming together. Right? This is why they treat us a little bit differently. Because as a culture, we treat ourselves a certain way. You got to understand what I'm saying, baby. You got to understand what I'm saying. They treat us a certain way because we treat ourselves a certain way. Hear me out. Hear me out. We are not taking care